Hi, boys and girls. Happy Friday. Today we're going to be going over your mid-module assessment. You took this in two different parts, and today we're going to be going over each of the questions. So I want you to go ahead and take out your mid-module assessment. And it would probably be helpful to have either a pen or something colored so you can fix your mistakes. And you're going to follow along with me as I show you how these should be done. And then if you have any questions about anything you might have missed, please go ahead and send me a message with those in Schoology. And I'll be happy to get back to you. Okay, the first question says, follow the directions below to draw a figure in the box. Use a straight edge. Draw 2 points, A and B. Point A, point B. Draw line AB. I know that a line goes on forever, so I'm going to use my straight edge to go through my 2 points and add 2 arrows to indicate that it goes on forever. Draw point D that is not on line AB. Draw ray BD. In this symbol, this arrow is kind of hard to see, B is the point that has an endpoint and D goes on forever. So I need to make sure I'm drawing a ray. B has the endpoint, D goes on forever. Draw line segment AD. So now I'm going to connect point A and D to show that it's a line segment that's a piece of a line, so it does not go on forever. Now I have to use my points to name an acute angle. I know that an acute angle is smaller than 90, so as I look here, this angle right here is definitely smaller than 90 because 90 would be that L shape. So an acute angle would be angle DBA. And remember, angles are named using 3 points. This is not the only answer. It really depends on your picture. But if you're not sure, I would take your protractor and measure the angle that you have here and make sure it is less than 90 degrees. Letter G, name an obtuse angle. You may have to draw and label another point. So as I look here, BDA to me looks to be about 90 degrees. I think I'm going to have to draw another point. I'm actually going to draw a point here, and I'm going to label it K. I'm going to connect A and K. So angle KAD is definitely obtuse. It's bigger than 90. So angle KAD. And just like the last one, if you're not sure, measure it and make sure it is bigger than 91, but less than 180 to be obtuse. The directions for number 2 say to use your protractor to measure the angle indicated by the arc. Then to classify each angle as right, acute, or obtuse and explain how you know. I'm going to go ahead and measure this angle, lining up my vertex and my zero. This is about 30 degrees. So I would take 29, 28, 30, 31, 32 degrees. And this is acute. And I know it's an acute angle because it is less than 90 degrees. That's how I know it's acute. Okay, still measuring. So for this one, I'm going to flip this upside down using my top numbers and going the whole way around. This one's about 145, 46, 147 degrees. So I would take 145, 146, 148, or 149. And this is obtuse because it is between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. Letter C. There we go. We have a 90-degree angle. And that's a right angle. Measures exactly 90 degrees. So we have one of each. Number 3 was a little tougher. A lot of directions to follow. So this was a great activity for reviewing lines, points, rays, perpendicular, parallel, all those geometry terms, but also following directions. So I need to start by using a straight edge to draw a line and label it KL. A line goes on forever in both directions. Label, excuse me, label a point A on KL. Using your protractor and ruler, draw a line perpendicular. I know that it's intersecting at a right angle to KL through point A. So right here, this makes a right angle. Label the perpendicular line PQ. Label a point B on PQ other than point A. Using your protractor and straight edge, draw a line ST perpendicular to PQ. And I need to label this ST. Which lines are parallel in your drawing? Remember, parallel means they will never touch. So this would be this line and this line. So line KL and line ST, because this line will never touch this line. Let's move on to number 4. We're going to use a clock to answer the following questions. Use a straight edge to draw the hands as they would appear at 3 o'clock. So I want my small hour hand pointing to 3, and my big hand, my minute hand, long hand, pointing to 12. There's 3 o'clock. What kind of angle is formed by the clock hands at 3 o'clock? It looks like an L. It's a perfect 90-degree angle. So this is a right angle. What time will it be when the minute hand has turned 180? So here's my minute hand. If it goes 180, it goes a half turn. So it would actually be facing down here. So now it would be 3:30. How many 90-degree turns will the minute hand make between 3 and 4 o'clock? So when my minute hand goes from 0 minutes to 15 minutes, that's 1/4, and that's 90 degrees. Here to here's another 90 degrees. Here to here's another 90 degrees. And here's your final. So it goes the whole way around. So that would be 4 90-degree turns to go a full 360 degrees. Use the compass rose, which is right here. It tells us the directions, north, east, south, and west. Maddie faced east. She turned to her right until she was facing north. How many degrees did she turn? So if this is Maddie, she turns 90, she's facing south. 180, she's facing west. 270, she's facing north. 270 degrees. Quanisha was facing north. She turned toward her right until she faced east. Facing east. Okay, so she turned 90 degrees. Alicia was facing south. She turned toward her right until she faced west. The right west, so that's 90 degrees also. What fraction of a full turn did each girl complete? So they only move one. So they each completed 1/4 of a full turn. Through how many degrees did each girl turn? We know that 1/4 is 90. They each turned 90 degrees. Number 6. The town of Seaford has a large rectangular park with a biking path around its perimeter and 2 straight line biking paths that cut across as it's shown in the diagram below. So this is a big parking lot. And it has a bike path going around the perimeter. Remember, that means the outside. 2 straight line biking paths cross over the middle. We need to find the measure of the following angles using a protractor. So the first is FG, angle FGD. So I'm going to measure right here. Putting the middle of my protractor on the vertex. I'm using the top numbers because I want to start with 0. And let's see where this leg goes. Up here, a little bit past 40. So I'm going to say 42 degrees. Anything close to that within 2 degrees each way would be acceptable. Angle DGK. Turn my paper and all around, make it easier for myself. So I'm going D to G to K. I'm going to line it up with my vertex and 0. I'm using my top numbers to go the whole way around. So 135, 136, we'll say 137 degrees. And then the last angle is angle KGN. KGN up here. So bigger than 40, almost 45, we'll call that one 44 degrees. Now we're going to try to draw. You're going to use a protractor to draw an angle with the same measurement as angle DGK, which is 137 degrees. So I'm going to start by making a ray. I'm going to make mine D and G. So I'm going to line up my point D with my center of my protractor. Here's 0, 9, I need to go to 137. So I travel to 90, 135, 36, 37, make a point there. Now I'm going to go ahead and create another ray. I'm going to label that K. So I made GDK 137 degrees. So just go ahead and double check using your protractor, your measurement. All right, now this page was really fun. We were just using the stop sign. I'll read the directions. Below is a sign that bikers may encounter while riding in the park. Using the points in the figure below, identify a line segment, a right angle, obtuse angle, set of parallel lines, and a set of perpendicular lines. Write them in the table below. There are multiple answers. I'm just going to show you an example of each. So I see a line segment right here from E to F. So one example of a line segment would be line segment EF with a line over top of it to name it. Remember, line segments and lines are named with 2 letters. Now I need to find a right angle. So I'm going to use that same P, and now I'm going to go from F to J. So my angle is angle EFJ. That right there creates a right angle. Now I need a big angle, an obtuse angle. I'm going to switch colors for this one. I need something bigger. So I might do this angle right here, bigger than a right angle. So that would be angle GDE. Now I need parallel lines, 2 lines that will never touch. Well, if I look at my stop sign, line KL and line GH will never touch. We'll make those line KL and line GH. Now I need perpendicular lines. So 2 lines that intersect and form a right angle. So I might do line BD and line AC. They're intersecting. Perpendicular, they will touch and they form a right angle. All right, hopefully you were able, if you've made any mistakes, hopefully you were able to see what they were. And if you were not able to figure out where you went wrong, let me know and we can arrange a time to meet to talk about it. All right, please make sure you check your Schoology and see your responsibilities for today. And I will see you Monday. Bye-bye.